Alright, well it is time again for a new demo to be released. We're right up on PAX South 2017. In fact, I'll be going out there tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. It is the 26th of January 2017, and we've got some updates to the game, a lot of updates since the last release, so I hope that you're going to like them if you've been following the game at all. We went ahead and changed the title intro screen. I thought I might update it a little bit. This will probably change from time to time. It's not a big deal. It's just a place where we can start the demo. So let's go ahead and do that. Starting right off here. Went ahead and removed the mist. I'm trying that out to see if I like that a little bit better here. We added a bunch of different things in this screen where it is that when you hover over your troops, it now shows some basic stats about the troops, their hit points, their name. Of course, the photograph right now is a stock photograph that's just kind of statically in there. Also tells you what row the abilities they have for them. So for these guys, it's all the same. But if you look at like our mage, it's going to be different. So as we implement a class system later, this is going to really affect how it is that you position your guys and your units. And in fact, I definitely want to have the ability to push units back, which will change their abilities during the fights, and then they'll have to reset themselves later. And of course, we now have flanking and back attacks in the game. So if you catch like this mage out of from the back, instead of him standing in row 4 to do a fireball, he'll be standing in row 2 and do his staff attack, which is a lot less damage output. We also have, this is also working on our leader system, attached to the leaders, the ability to attack different types of things. So we could attack their leader, target their highest hit point person, so that everyone's going to target the guy with the most HP, target the lowest HP, so you're going to kill those guys, target the closest, the highest defense or the lowest defense. This will not be changeable during the battle like the original game it was. Again, the big thing whenever I was designing this is I want it to be as fast as possible, and I'm actually considering some other options to kind of pick things up, as it were. So now we're going to start assigning some of our leaders, and you'll notice that we've got these guys on the second row, and I really just don't want them there. So right now we have to remove them and then re-add them in order to reposition those guys. So we'll go ahead and do that. So no, we don't want her. Let's go ahead and let's see. In fact, I think we'll go over to this unit. We can actually even move them from unit to unit if we want to. I need to have some sort of a leader over here. We'll go ahead and set our leader right there. Add in some of these other characters. I think it was like Sal. Yep, there we go, Sal. And his Gabe is a mage. We don't want him. So yes, actually, if you click on these, it'll actually tell you what they are. So I forgot that we actually implemented that as well. So actually, I'm kind of confusing myself. So that's a thief. There is the class isn't showing up for some of these. Huh? That's kind of funny. So that's definitely something I'm gonna have to revisit. That that's not showing up. I guess you can see that this one's fireball. So Elizabeth is another mage there. Eventually on release, I definitely want to have at least 20 different troop types in the game. So that's something I definitely want to have. Let's see, is that a mage? I can't even. Yeah, it's a mage. And Jessica is a no, and that guy, yes. Let's go ahead and remove that guy. One of the interesting things about the game is that it, well, some of the stuff isn't exactly working correctly as far as the way they're supposed to be. The front row should be blocking attacks to some of the back rows, so we're going to have to be doing some retooling on that. It doesn't seem to be working exactly as intended, because this guy should be pretty protected unless they get hit from the back, but he seems to still get hit anyways. Let's go ahead and remove this guy and move him up in the front. Yeah. So like, for instance, this mage should be protected, but for some reason its attacks are going through. So I'm gonna have to look into that and see what the deal is with that. We're gonna add some more animations where it is that you'll have a better understanding of what's going on eventually, where maybe as a sword guy will throw out some sort of a graphic at your opponent. So there we go. We've set up all of our units. So to set up your units, basically you've got your add and remove button. You'll toggle them on, and then click on what you want to add, or toggle remove, and it'll send them into this toy box kind of an area. And then you've got this leader that you're going to set the leader with. We'll have some more stuff in the future, like maybe a formation button where you'll form your guys up, another button to change classes, and you know, some different things like that. So now that we're set up, I think we're ready for the battles. You'll notice we've got 2 battles ready to go. We're going to go ahead and start with the classic Mission 1 battle, which is going to give us some text. I'm not going to read through all the text. I'll let you do that at your leisure. Let's just explain how to play the game. Of course, I'm here, so we don't exactly need this, but in case you forget, it's there for you. We now have repeatable content within our stages as well. So basically, we need to click on our guys, and then we're going to click on a location of where we want them to go. We can use the mouse wheel scroll in and out to change our perspective. So I want to send this guy up here. We're going to send a guy over here. We'll send a guy over here, and send another guy over there. Sure. And maybe this guy will send up this way as well. There we go. So this is our main base over here. We will kind of want to protect this area. If it gets taken over by our enemies, we lose this game. Also, we've got a function in the game where when your leaders die in battle, you'll lose control of your units, although it's not very it doesn't exactly give you a lot of hints as far as that's what's happening to your units, but you won't be able to do anything with them, and then they're going to run back to the base. So with the amount of battles we'll get into, we'll probably lose enough that that's going to happen here. So just waiting for them to get across this water. I may change the coefficient on this water so that way they can actually cross it a little bit faster. You see this kobold pathing around here, down here. Those kobolds, such a menace to the game. Oh, and it's getting darker out. I'm also noticing I'm pushing the go button more often with some of these advances in the game, and so I'm thinking about adding some more functionality, possibly maybe a button where it just automatically pushes the go button, and then you can toggle it off so that way it'll stop pushing the go button. I also considered maybe having like a go and a stop button, and so like you'll be incentivized to not use that stop button and get some sort of a bonus along with that. But you know, if you have any opinions on what you would like to see in the game or how you feel about that, I'd love to hear it. Just added these flags actually yesterday where they'll actually wave in the wind. That Unity has a what do you call it? A cloth system for the game, and it seems to be working pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Here we go. Here's our first battle. You'll see our leader in the back will still get attacked by guys. Looks like he survived this time. That's always good. XP right now is kind of a little bit random. Well, it looks like he kind of got protected. It's hard to say. Again, like when it is that maybe these guys are stabbing, we'll have some actual animations. I'll show you that. The flags. Oh, it looks like he got kind of pushed down in the ground. We do have to worry. We're gonna have to make some changes with that as well. The flags were kind of going nuts when I was implementing them yesterday, where you would place a flag in one place, and then when you place the same flag in a different location, it would stretch the material to the new location. So luckily I fixed that. It was kind of fun. I thought it was kind of like a feature for, you know, a couple minutes, and then I said, you know what, people are probably going to get a little bit annoyed with this one. So I decided to fix it the best I could. But when we pop back in, you'll notice that the flags still kind of, they get a little excited because we came back. They're like, you came back. We're going to get a little bit excited. So that's those guys moving over there. Let's go ahead and move these guys into this town over here. I'm also noticing the flags sometimes will disappear off the flagpole. It's not a big deal, but I am noticing that that's happening from time to time after combat, so I'm not sure why exactly that's happening, but looks like we're going to take this town fairly easily. When we take over this town, we actually win this match. We used to end the demo right there, but we're actually going to go to a second stage. This will be your first look at the second stage that we've started to implement, started to put into the game. So that should be pretty exciting. Our leader's still alive. Maybe he isn't hitting our leaders. I'm actually not really paying that much attention to who's hitting what. Okay. Yeah, we're still trying to get in there, so let's get in there. Take this guy down. Take him down to Chinatown there. Definitely wanted these matches, these combats to be fast, the stages to be fast. Didn't want people spending a lot of time here. I wanted people more or less doing a lot more like building out their units and stuff on the other screen, on the force organization screen that we started out in, where we were moving around a lot of units. And actually just adding the fact that now mages have different abilities at different levels does things. So we didn't have anyone level up here, so that's why this is showing NA. We'll probably get some level ups after the next stage. We earned this much gold, so we got some damage. I have some arbitrary score that's kind of set up depending on damage and other things. Highest crit. So a lot of really cool status stuff now added on. Later on I was thinking about adding on like some sort of MVP section over here. This is showing you game time spent. We're also going to track some real time spent in the game. So a lot of really cool stuff is coming your way. And I'm really excited to actually show you the functionality here of all the characters that level up. Your characters can't level up during the map, but they only level up at the end if they reach those XP thresholds. And right now the XP threshold is 100. We really don't need to make any changes to our units, so we can go right into level 2. We've got a decent amount of gold, although the gold doesn't actually affect things because we don't actually lose gold. Well, we lose gold, but we don't actually pay for things or do anything with the gold right now, but that's going to be getting implemented pretty soon, where you'll have to heal your units. Right now they're just getting auto-healed at the end of each match. So this is our main base here. We're going to want to take control of that. This is a new forest stage, mostly forest. It needs to be built out a little bit. We also want to build, I want to build in some functionality for something interesting to happen where obviously our first priority is going to be, you can also notice it's a very large stage. Our first priority is, if we want to finish the stage, is to come over here, but I want to build in some extra stuff where maybe you're enticed to move up here, maybe to find somebody like, I don't know, some bandits or something. So that's not implemented here, but in the future we're going to try to add on some more neat little functionality. Kobolds in this stage, they kind of just wander around the forest. We're actually more or less worried about the enemy units and the enemy troops, so you may actually want to spend some time on the first stage leveling up your guys to deal with some of these enemy units, or maybe just stack your units because your units can take 7 guys and try to do something like that. So we're going to just kind of just push right through the stage though. Make sure I have a guy back there that can guard my main base. We might try to implement something with the flags where maybe it has like the character portraits on them, so that way, because I'm noticing it's kind of hard to tell when they're all right next to each other whose flag is whose, and then I just kind of end up, you know, especially when I'm trying to like gang attack things. So it's not like a typical RTS where I can box select lots of guys at the same time. Oh, we got flanked. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh boy. Now you can see that this guy gets his... Oh yeah, they took down our leader. Yeah, that guy. This unit's gonna... So now we're gonna see us lose control of this unit. Even though we did more damage and we killed a decent amount of guys, we lose control of this unit, and it's basically gone for the rest of the match. And it can be engaged on the way back. So that was this unit right here, and you can notice I'm clicking, and his flag is nowhere to be found. His flag is actually going to be back here, and it's swinging wildly as it's going back there. Which is unfortunate for us. Alright, let's see here. So we're gonna hit that guy from both sides. We're gonna pincer attack him, you know? Get him from both sides. That's what they deserve, those dirty kobolds. Yeah, look at that. Flanked him and everything. So right now this only changes where you are in the unit. This doesn't do any extra damage or anything. We'll probably add on something later. Also, depending on what row you're standing in, I want to implement something with damage there where melee in the front row do the best, and as they move back in the rows they do less damage output as well. So definitely a lot of places we can explore in the game. Another thing that we've started to implement is the 6 aspects system, which is going to be an elemental system, kind of almost like a color wheel in other games that you'll see for getting things accomplished or getting things done. That's something that where maybe water types will have problems with fire types, or will be stronger to a certain type of attack, that sort of thing. So lots of different stuff that we can work on with that. The 6 elements that are specifically planned or slated to be in the game are water, fire, ice, wind. Let's see, what was the other one? Wind, earth, and lightning. Lightning is one that I decided to go with, and so that ends up with a circle of 6 different elements with ally elements and then opposing elements on the other side. So it should work out pretty well. Of course, the implementation of that is going to be mostly on the attacks, and we do need to add some more characters. I do want to have at least 20 characters on release, and then eventually build up more and more characters. I actually have built out something like 50 different character types for the game, but of course each one of those would want its own model, or at least some recoloring or something like that. Speaking of recoloring, we went ahead and took the model just so you could recognize the enemy a little bit more easily on the map. We went and recolored our this is a Squire model, which I think I'm actually going to swap. And I actually wanted that to happen, where it is that moments like that, where it is that you can make a mistake and miss your combat with guys. So we're going to try to turn that guy back, and we'll press these guys forward, I think. Ooh, we managed to stack one of the flags up on top of a tree. That's kind of funny. I should probably find a way to turn colliders off on those trees. Yeah, we just got flanked. That's not good. And so these guys are as strong as us, and we just got owned. Yeah, like we did more damage than they did, but yeah, we just lost our leader in that unit. These guys are really good at killing leaders in these units, so now we're gonna lose access to that guy. Even if you lose this stage, you still get to level up, so don't worry about that if you're playing the demo, which I do encourage people to do. Yeah, okay, I need to come back the other way or something. Alright, well, now all I have to do is end the stage by getting to this end area, and I think there's just the one guy down there, so hopefully that will go okay for us. I guess I'll take over that one as I'm heading down that way. Yeah. Eventually I do want to have a thing where if you don't hit this go button after a certain amount of time, it will hit itself for you. Actually, you know, let's just go ahead and send this guy forward. Yeah. That's fine, as long as we don't have our base taken out. So it's like a race now. We're just kind of like, it's kind of like League of Legends when it is that you are like racing to get to the Nexus race type of thing. I really think that I may want to change the text boxes in here to something maybe more like Diablo 3, where the action doesn't stop so much when it is that those text boxes come up. I think that might be a good choice to make here. We're just kind of racing these guys right now. Hopefully this guy doesn't take my lone defender out here on the base. Hopefully this goes well for me. Oh boy, that's a pretty hefty unit, so as long as I can push him back. Player damage is looking good here. Oh, but he killed my leader. I think I killed his leader though, so I should send him back now. So he should go back to his base at this point, hopefully, if everything is working correctly. So hopefully, it looks like it may not be working correctly. Yeah, he's engaging again. Huh. Yeah, I may have to revisit that, because like this unit definitely doesn't have a leader. And they're owning me this time. They've just pushed me right out of there. That's going to be a problem. I think I might have just lost this stage. It's a lot tougher. Yeah, I definitely wanted to flank that guy. I'm about to lose. I think I just lost. Yep. So we just lost. We get our congratulations screen anyways, and now we're going to see all of the guys who have leveled up. So we got this guy making it to level 2. You can see his old stats and then his new stats over here on the right. And then as we hit next, we can check the next guy that leveled up all the way down. Of course, we have another stock photo here because we haven't integrated the photos into the game yet. Also, one of the things I'm pretty proud of is I went back to the first character we checked and notice it's not updating things until it is that it's a new update. So pretty proud of that functionality, actually. And now they're all checked, so nothing's going to do it. But there you go. You can look through and you can see some of the updates to your guys. You notice that even if they're the same character class, that they aren't getting the exact same stats. There's a little bit of randomness to the stats, the stat progression in the game, which I think is a fairly enjoyable way to see some of your guys level up, especially when you have so many. This gives them a little bit more life, a little bit more differentiation from one character to another. And so that's pretty much it for this demo. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to be out at PAX South this year, so definitely if you see me out there, love to talk to you about the game. And you know, try the demo, download the demo, try it out. It's going to be down in the comment section on this YouTube video, and that's pretty much it. So again, thanks for your support. Until next time, this is Aaron Squire signing off, saying God bless your families. Try not to rage too much out there.